Hi, welcome. This is Diving In, and I'm Mallory Hauser with the Port of Seattle. Today, we are talking about our Pier 66 shore power project. I'm here with Mark Longridge. He's our capital project manager. And this project in particular is pretty special. We're doing something very unique and very innovative. Can you tell us about it?
Sure, Mallory. So we're here at Terminal 46 for the Pier 66 shore power project. This is a project that we have to bring shore power for cruise vessels that come into berth at Pier 66 over here, right in the middle of downtown. The port has 3 cruise berths, of which 2 of them have shore power since 2009, but our cruise berth at Pier 66 does not currently have shore power. An innovative solution we've come up with is to provide a shore power cable, which is behind us here, that'll bring power from an available site here at Terminal 46 out through the bay and over to Pier 66. We're in the middle of construction right now, and we're working hard to get that completed within the next cruise season.
An oversimplified term, this is essentially a giant extension cord that we're running from one terminal to the pier in order to reach that cruise ship.
Yeah, it's a 68-ton extension cord. It weighs about 22 pounds a foot. It's 6,000 feet long, a little bit over a mile. Goes out into the bay from Terminal 46 down to a depth of about 230 feet, and then comes up underneath Pier 66. But ostensibly, that's the idea. To finish our plug-in at Pier 66, we actually have 3 components to the work. We have work here at Terminal 46 to extend the power from its point of origination about 3,000 feet across the duck bank to where it hits a vault. And we have our cable that goes out into the bay and carries across to Pier 66. And then we have electrical equipment and distribution work out at 66 that will help achieve the plug-in with the cruise ships. So 3 major parts. Each one has to happen to get the project to be complete and plug in those cruise ships. So the idea of this is to make sure that when cruise vessels are at berth, that they can shut down their auxiliary power and be able to use clean Northwest power and electricity to run the facilities that they need while they're on hotel load at the berth. This helps reduce their greenhouse gases significantly and really fits in well with the port's sustainability goals to be the greenest port.
That's incredible. Next, we're going to talk to our partners from Seattle City Light about how we powered this incredible cable. Now I'm here with Phil Ambrose, the Senior Project Manager at Seattle City Light. We're on a different spot on Terminal 46 where the trench is actually being dug. Tell us about Seattle City Light's role in partnership with this project.
Right. So Seattle City Light has a maritime transportation electrification program, and the Port of Seattle is one of those projects, and specifically here at Terminal 46 and obviously all the way out to Pier 66 as well. And this project in particular is focused primarily, again, one, on providing that shore power, that service for cruise ships out at Pier 66. Secondly, it also adds some system infrastructure for City Light in a highly congested area, part of downtown here in Seattle. And then third, also for future maritime transportation customers such as Washington State Ferries as well. All of the power we produce is actually clean energy, clean hydropower energy, which gets after the port's own goals for their emissions strategy and of course the city as well. The submersible cable, the submarine cable from here at Terminal 46 to Pier 66 is really unique and a really interesting endeavor. It's actually the first submersible cable that City Light will be taking ownership of long term after the project. And it's for this customer, but we're also looking at submersible cables for future customers as well, especially a part of that maritime transportation electrification program.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much for joining us here today.
Yeah, cool.
All right, we'll head back over to meet back up with Mark.
All right.
All right, once that trench is finished, what is next?
So once we get the duck bank work here at Terminal 46 done and our vault set, we can place our cable, which should be happening early in next year. That's an interesting arrangement where once they start laying the cable, they have to continue in one long shift to be able to get it placed all the way to 66. Once that cable is placed, we have a bunch of electrical equipment that we've pre-ordered that'll be coming in in the spring. That'll get set at Pier 66, and we can start wiring that up to distribute the power at 66 to be able to do our first plug-in within the 2024 cruise season. So
with that, thank you for joining us. This is Diving In with the Port of Seattle. I'm Mallory Hauser, and we'll see you next time.